Loud and clear. All right, cool. Let's get cracking. Let's get cracking. All right, three, two, one. Yo, 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 what's good, people? It's currently 10 minutes past 9 p.m. UK time, Sunday, the 30th of March, 2025. It is also coincidentally Eid and Mother's Day at the same time. What a
Yeah,
crazy
for real.
Sunday. I'm actually Indonesian, so we celebrate Eid on, sorry, we celebrate Mother's Day on a separate day, but I hope everyone had a great Mother's Day. Yeah, hope everyone had a great Eid Mubarak. And yeah, sorry for being away for a minute. Um, okay, I'm gonna actually upload this on YouTube as well. Been away for about 2 months. Crazy things have happened. Um, he who shall not be named, who used to be our head of AI, is no longer with us. Um, we won't go to talk about this in public, but yeah, there's been a lot of restructuring. It's been Ramadan with some big things, but hopefully we can bring back the consistency. So first of all, would like to start with saying nothing in this video is financial advice. I do not intend to be perceived or received as a financial advisor. Um, if you need a financial advisor, let us know immediately so we can refer you to a financial advisor. Now, back in the day, we used to stream 3 times a week, Mondays, Fridays, Sundays. But because the trio, myself, Mr. Harding, and Keish, have gone on a bit of separate journeys, as in like we're still co-founders, but we're working on different things. We no longer do that, so we may have like a monthly free stream, but this is actually part of the dojo. And if you'd like to subscribe to the dojo, the link is in my bio. It basically gives you more access to me. I'm still looking for like the exact value proposition with regards to dojo members, as I was away for a minute and I got to make it up to them. But I'm slowly making it up to the dojo members. But yeah, the dojo will give you access to a private Telegram group, and we'll give you access to multiple private streams. However, just because I want to get the word out there, I will put this stream on YouTube and then I'll probably stop recording and then do a private section, not for YouTube. Okay, so one of the big things to start off with is I'm currently working. I have, after 10 years in crypto and like 4 or 5 years of cryptopreneurship, I actually have a part-time job. I know that is crazy, crazy to think. The Ninja T has a part-time job, but it's all in the greater cause of crypto. I'm doing business development for a token launch. And I've uploaded this private video explaining the token launch. Crypto Boss, have you seen this or not? To be fair, it's all the information that I told you over the phone anyway, so it's not really too
Yeah,
important
I
that you
went
watch
through it
that
yesterday,
you
by
watch
the way.
it. But yeah, if you would like a link to this nice 36 views, yeah, the word's been getting around. Message me for this private video link. Oh, perfect, 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 perfect. Yeah, and can't talk too much about it, but I think it's gonna be big. I think it's gonna be big. Okay, let's just jump straight into the analysis. Let's get it cracking. So yeah, we're gonna look at some macro, and then I have a report from Gem Hunters, and then we'll talk to the madam, and then we'll see what they're saying. Okay, so let's go through the tweet string. To celebrate Eid, I'm going to do my first crypto stream in about 6 weeks. And inshallah, I align myself to do at least 2 streams a week for the private dojo group, and maybe like one stream every 2 weeks for the public. Okay, so the latest in 42 Macro. So 42 Macro publish a report, I believe, almost every single day. 42 Macro are a leading. I can't believe I don't follow them on my personal account. I know I do on Blockchain Sensei, but they are a leading online investment research platform, and they provide basically macro data sets across crypto and stocks. So let's have a look at their latest VAMS models on BTC and each. Sorry, BTC and ETH. right? So just basically showing the range of outcomes, what is expected within the next 5 days. So on Bitcoin, we've got a lower bound of 8.1K and we've got an upper bound of 9.2. What it looks like is we're going to the closest to the lower bound. On ETH, we've got a lower bound of 1794. Oh, damn, that's a lot of blood. And an upper bound of 2101, with the lower bound being more likely. And shout out to Professor Adam from the real world providing these data sets. And then the NASDAQ, again, likely to go to the lower bound rather than the upper bound of 19,000. Skip the Russell 2000. I don't even look at that. S&P 500 in the next 5 days. This is the latest report. It's literally released like 12 days ago. We're more likely to go down to 5,875. 5,500 rather than 5,875. On a technical basis, we can see that S&P 500 has rejected multiple times off the 6,000, 6,100 range. And the VIX, the lower bound range, to be fair, no, we don't need to look at the VIX. So what is the VAMS model? As this is a data set that my professor looks at every single day by 40 macro. So it's basically a volatility adjusted momentum signal. And it basically shows the upper and lower range TLDR for the next 5 days. Okay, so let's have a look at here. We can see that that Bitcoin is quite a bit lower from the global liquidity index on the 7-day lead. So in terms of fair value analysis, where we should be in Bitcoin, according to global liquidity, is actually more closer to 100K. So that is very positive, showing that Bitcoin is undervalued. There is a website called cyphernom.github.io. I've tweeted a lot of the actual links, so it's not like you're just reading screenshots. This is a Bitcoin Rex calendar, and according to this, we have a 26.4% chance of being lower in the next 30 days. So more likely than not, we're going to be up. 75% chance we're going to be up. So let's have a look at some on-chain metrics. One of the best websites in the world for on-chain metrics is charts.checkonchain.com. If you can be familiar with this website, you will get a huge edge on everyone that just does TA. This is why I like to look at these data sets beforehand, before looking at TA. In fact, let's have a look at tlx.pgsolutions.net. I should have opened up with this, actually. My bad. Actually, I don't know if I should put this to the public. This source is a little bit too good. I don't know if I'm going to upload this to the public or not. We'll see. Okay. Where we been since the start of the year? Wait for that to load. Okay, so short-term holder supply in profit and loss ratio. So by short-term holder, we mean those that have been holding Bitcoin for 155 days or less. Okay, we can see here, and I actually give you guys, I don't just do a screenshot. No. I provide you the link. Aha. So let's have a look. The short-term holder profit and loss ratio. Before we do that, let's have a look at FedNet liquidity. We can see here that FedNet liquidity is higher now than it was than the start of the year. There is more liquidity right now than the start of the year. However, the price of Bitcoin is what, guys? It's lower than it was at the start of the year. Can you see? This ties in with the data set that I showed you before, called the GLI, the Global Liquidity Index, which, according to this indicator, Bitcoin is undervalued because there is more liquidity, there is more cash now than the start of the year. We bottomed out on the 1st of Feb. Where was Bitcoin on the 1st of Feb? Funnily enough, Bitcoin was at all-time highs around the 1st of Feb when global liquidity was let me pinpoint this. Let me pinpoint the day. Pinpoint the day. 1st of Feb, 1st of Feb, 1st of Feb. Yeah, so Bitcoin was pretty much around all-time highs at the 1st of Feb. Whilst global liquidity, I'm gonna get rid of this. See this? Whilst global liquidity, I mean FedNet liquidity, was at its lowest. So what you don't want to see is that you don't want to see Bitcoin. You don't want to see it the other way around. Like you don't want to see it where FedNet liquidity is at its highest and Bitcoin is at its lowest, because that means the Fed net liquidity has a lot of space to fall down, which is not bullish for Bitcoin. So even though technically we're sliding down, fundamentally we're rising up. And then eventually this should build pressure for the price to go up. Also, we can see the TGA is going down. Oh my God. The Fed have less savings now than they did at the start of the year. They have less savings, which means they have more liquidity. Isn't that funny? Now, the reason why, one of the macro reasons why Bitcoin isn't going up yet is because of this, the reverse repurchase. I forget what this actually stands for, but this is basically like short-term over collateralized loans. Okay, this will come down, and that's when the liquidity rising liquidity will then be reflective in asset markets. Okay, so right, so let's have a look at the short-term holder supply in profit and loss. Again, short-term meaning 155 days. Okay, so as we can see here, we are in the over motherfucking sold territory. We are low. How low can you go? How low can you go? Okay. How do I go back? That's how you zoom in. If I refresh, does it just zoom out? I'm still a bit of an on-chain noob, I can't lie. When it comes to analytics. So let's backtrack. Okay. The last time we were here was in August. That's a very long time away. Was this a buy signal? Yes. The other time was in July. Was this a buy signal? Yes. Effective buy signal, mind you. May. Was this an effective buy signal? Let's do this. Let's look at the three. Oh God! Why is it Matrix? Stop attacking me. Leave me alone. Leave Ninja T alone. The last 3 times. Oh. See, your favorite TA guy could never. Okay, look. Look at that. Buy signal. Boom. 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 Market went up. Boom. And we're rising. Maybe we'll touch this green one more time. Okay, so there's a buy signal from the short-term holder. Oh, wait, this is short-term holder NVRV. My bad. Let's get the short-term holder profit and loss. I mean, they all say the same thing, but okay. So check onchain.com. Short-term holder profit and loss. I just did the MVRV, which is a similar thing, but we like to start with short-term holder profit and loss. No, not short-term realized profit and loss. Short-term SOPR. My bad. I'm still getting used to on-chain data analytics in my defense. Okay, my bad. Let's short-term holder. Oh, it's not this one. I must have got confused when I was doing the backlinks. My bad. If I can't actually find it right now, we're just gonna skip this one. TLDR, they all give you a buy signal, but I just wanna, you know what? Let's move on. That's fine. So then we've got the short-term holder MVRV. So this is the market value slash realized value. They're pretty much very, very similar indicators, and we just went over this one. I just didn't provide the link for this one. My bad. But we'll move on. We're not gonna you know stress over one indicator or one data set. So BTC perpetual futures funding rate. Okay, so the funding rate it's the cost to long and short BTC in perpetuals. So if we have positive funding, okay, it's a bullish bias because people are long. If we got negative funding, it's a bearish bias. Extreme rate signal market sentiment shifts and potential reversals. Okay. If you can learn to master this and like learn all of these, which I'm still I'm still learning, you'll have an edge over everybody that just looks at TA. I will do TA, but I just don't want to be super cliche, right? Everyone here can read the RSI. Oh, a lot of people watching this can read the RSI. This is a high level analysis. Okay, so you can see that every time, because remember, like the markets, usually the majority are wrong, right? So you want to go against the herd. You can see here that at the times when people were ultra long, like here in the previous cycle, right? Ultra long. Look at these fuck off green candles. It was a signal to get out. And then everybody was short in the market here, and that was the bottom signal. I can see here that some kind of bottoming signal is starting to form. Nothing ultra clear though. Nothing ultra clear. And then we've got BTC perpetual futures funding rate excessive days. Okay, so the most important thing that I got from this data set, I think it was to Adam, was the funding rates excessive days are basically at zero. So look here. And this is usually a sign of reversal. If I just do this, bam. We're basically at almost zero. And at times when this has happened, you go back. You can see here, look, when it's zero, is usually when the market's bottoming out, consolidating for the next leg up. Look here, bottoming out, next leg up. Obviously, here's like, it doesn't work every single time. But the previous time, yes. Again, we have to look at multiple data sets and confluences, right? So historically, zones of consolidation before launching back up again. Okay, let's have a look at liquidation heat maps. On the 2 weeks on CoinAnk, we can see that we got some liquidations at 80K. And remember, the thicker the color, the more likely it is to go down there. So, yeah, we went down to 82. This was pretty clear. This was a good short, and I do believe we want to go further to 81 according to the heat map. And then because Professor Adam has a pro subscription, we can see on the 1 month, guys, what do you see here? Huh? 70,000 BTC. Now, let's mix it with the technicals. If I add one of my favorite indicators, which is the 10-20 moving average, we can see the on, the week. Crypto boss, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Maybe he's busy right now. Niger Sniper, are you there?
Yeah, no, I am, boy.
Okay, it's fine.
No, I am, boy. Yo.
Okay. What do you see here on the 10-20 moving average and the weekly?
Nice cross.
What
You
do
see
you
a
see, Gam?
crossover, bearish.
What do you guys see?
The red crossing the blue, so that's a bearish
Yes.
indication.
Yes, sir. I think we're going to do something like this.
What do you think
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The MACD crossed on the 10th of around the 10th of Feb, and the 10-20 just crossed on the 10th of March, like a month later. The monthly is still not showing, but I do believe this is going to break to the downside. So that's two confluences, and we got a liquidation, a big thick liquidation here on CoinGlass on the 1 month on CoinGlass Pro. I can't see this on the original one. I mean on the free one. Okay, so here's a data set from our friend Royal Paul. Okay, so we have both the 10-week and the 12-week. It suggesting that the bottom is near. It's not here. I don't think it's here yet, but I think it's near. Following global liquidity, not just the Fed, but global. And we can see here that global liquidity on the 10-week lead is going up, and on the 12-week lead is also going up. Now there is a lag. There is a lag, and I do feel like we're going to get another flush out. But I am basically short-term bearish and mid-term bullish, and even long-term, mid-term. I've noticed that on cookie.fun, do you go on this website, Crypto Boss?
No, first time seeing this one.
Basically measures mind share. I've noticed that AI XBT has overtaken Foxconn. Ah, okay. So for those that don't know, cookie.fun is a website which Reza put me on. And I mainly just go on just to see mindshare. And mindshare is measured by let's just read the definition. Mindshare is a percentage of the total conversation volume that a particular agent has in relation to the total conversation volume of all agents, mainly across Twitter. So I've noticed that AIXBT has taken over Fartcoin, where for the longest time Fartcoin had the most mindshare, which is one of the reasons why we're going to have a look at the AIXBT report. You're familiar with this guy, right? Crypto Boss, the purple frog. He's
I'm familiar with AI.
He's our friend. Even though he was a silly boy and the agent sent Ethereum to somebody. Yeah, I've got the purple frog and post notifications. But anyway, I just watched the latest blockchain backup from the 27th. You know how the TLDR, too long don't read. I've just made my own acronym, and it's TLDW. Too long, don't watch. Yeah. So basically, just to summarize in text, the current market patterns. By the way, I don't know why I don't follow these guys on my personal blockchain backer. When it comes to free YouTube content, blockchain backer is probably the best. And I watch all his videos. So according to blockchain backer, the current market patterns match historical break, violent backtest, then chop. Structures that typically proceed significant upward momentum. Historical patterns suggest eventual range break will be to the upside. Too long, didn't watch. Bottom formations are processes that take time. Current strength indicators suggest we're in this process. Despite frustrating range-bound price action. Note to self to check SUI live. Okay. Note to self to check SUI. I think this is one of the biggest bargains on. I feel like SUI is one of the most confident bargains to sweep up in this.
Funny, I was looking at that just like earlier today.
In this in this dip. You can see here on the weekly, we've got a flip. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy, but I think the bottom's in for SUI. I think the market has priced in. I mean, even if the bottom is not in, if you can get SUI at $1.90, oh man, god damn it, where the hell was I the 10th of March? How did I miss SUI at $1.90?
I don't think you should worry though.
It's fine.
I don't think you should
like
worry.
This range of $1.90 to $2.30
I do think it's going to be
really
a dead
good. I
cat
can see here on the
bounce.
3 days we've got bearish exhaustion on the MACD. Yeah. I don't want to have FOMO, but yeah, we can see here that, you know. Oh, by the way, guys, I think the 3-day is actually a glitch. Not many people check the 3-day, the 3-day time frame. You know, the time frame between the daily and the weekly. But yeah, we can see here bearish exhaustion. Is springed up nicely. If Bitcoin pulls back to 70K, then yes, so you can go down to $1.30, $1.93. But yeah, it's looking really good on the weekly and the 3 days. And then I don't want to go into SUI fundamentally, but you know, anyone who's done enough research knows that this is a really good potential runner. And then market cap wise, it's still really, really small and has lots of room to grow. And then, oh, you're gonna love this, right? Crypto Boss, are you ready for a big cheat code?
Listening.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Type in the name of an altcoin and then type in dot and then D. Oh, this is a fucking cheat code. So what does dot D mean? Dot D means you can check the percentage of the market cap instead of just the price, and then you can look for the breakout. Sorry, I'm just trying to find SUI on my chart and then put it together. Okay, cool. So look, I'll give you an example, right, of where this is effective. So let's look at AVAX, for example, right? This is, again, what you do is you type the name of the altcoin, like TON, and then dot D. And then it's basically a chart which shows the market cap dominance. So we can see here with AVAX, this is basically, it gives you an edge when it comes to finding the breakout. Because look here, right? AVAX was on a downtrend in terms of market dominance from 1.32% in March 2022 and bottomed out in October 2023. And then it went from 0.31% of the market to 1% in a very short time period. Now, if I compare this to the AVAX chart, I literally learned this shit whilst I was in Indonesia like a month ago. You can see that it's much more difficult to find the breakout on price versus market cap percentage. So let's have a look here, right? 1 second. Can you see how this is the market cap breakout, and then this is the price breakout? Which breakout is easier to spot? The market cap dominance or the price? You tell me, crypto boss.
Dominant.
This is not a clear downtrend, but this is much clearer. Yeah. And let me just call it now. I truly believe, right? Because I don't want, Ninja just tells us things that happened in the past, right? Look, my crystal ball is telling me Tom's gonna break out.
Bro, look at the cross on the daily. I was looking at this just today, bro. I said ton is
The
going up.
price doesn't tell me it's gonna break out, or it doesn't tell me very efficiently. Yeah, I mean the price kind of tells you, but look at that fucking market dominance, bro. Is that not artwork? And Pavel's free.
Yeah, it's artwork. It is.
I think it's Tom's time. I think it's Tom's time. Just need like a thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you think this is I'm gonna tweet this. 1 second. All right. I'm gonna 1 second. I'm gonna tweet this. And I'm just gonna add it to here. Live now on the dojo. Okay. Thank you to my homie Rizky in Indonesia. Don't know his Twitter. He taught me TA on market cap, market percentage dominance. Ton, I'm calling it now. Ton, looking like it's gonna break out. And the great thing is, Crypto Boss, your price action TA was telling you that it's gonna break out, right? Like it's not like the price tells you nothing.
Yeah, the 10-20
it
cross.
does give you an indication.
10-20 cross on the
But
daily looks strong.
that is like this is the artwork. Now this is the crazy thing about this, right? Yeah. You mean on the dominance or on the price?
On the price. With the
You mean
dominance,
on this
that's
chart
double
or the
confirmation.
price
Yeah,
chart?
that means no, I saw it on the price chart, but with this dominance as well, it looks clean.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. You mean here on the daily, right? The 10-20 crossover on the daily here. Is this what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's to the upside.
Okay, perfect. See, this is why we do the dojo, man. You know what I mean? Crossover. But let's get into SUI. Let's get into SUI. So SUI, now you know. Just type in no homo, no diddy, but type in the dot D. Okay, so let's have a SUI market cap dominance. Like the price can still rise without the dominance rising, right? But the price rises when the dominance rises. Okay, look at this. Sorry, what I want to say is my homie Risky, who I met about a month ago in Indonesia actually. He told like you should see his watch list, right? He literally has a watch list called the dominance watch list, and he has like the top 100 cryptos. Doesn't know the fucking price, and just only does TA on the dominance, and all he trades in his futures account is the dominance breakout. And he showed me that he's got a win rate out of 96 trades, 82 of them went through. 82 out of 96 longs.
Ninja, can I ask a question?
Purely on dominance breakout. Which is fucking amazing. Okay, cool. Is that everything? Is that everything? Yeah, ask anything. Anything.
Why it's only three of us here, bro? Where's everyone else?
They're on a spiritual journey because that's what everyone goes through when the market goes down.
Bro, this is a fire episode. Like, come on.
We're back, baby. We're back.